The Kraken stirs, and 10 billion sushi dinners cry out for vengeance. That's Terry Pratchett. I'm Justin, jersey number 14.
And I'm Corey, jersey number 72. I personally would not have one sushi dinner, let alone 10,000, but that's just me. Welcome to the Gear Freaks podcast. Thanks for taking part in this episode. We've got a special one for you today because in the world of sports, especially in the year 2020, you know what there's not a lot of anymore? A lot of new.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking like ground level foundation, never been done before, expansion level new. There's not a whole lot of, like, what are you going to do? How many teams are you going to add to the NFL that's got 32? The NHL is now up to 32, which is where we get the Seattle Kraken.
Ooh, oh, yeah.
And there are just, and again, there is nothing.
The theme song quit on us.
It did. It just died.
It's like, no.
There is no history here, which is good,
yeah.
Really, because there's nothing. You get none of the shit from the past that clouds your judgment and makes you go yay or nay either way. It's all fresh. The name, the gear, the sweaters, the whole nine, all fresh.
So let's talk about the first thing on the table.
Yep.
The name, the Kraken.
You know, man, I don't hate it. It's grown on me quite a bit. I was hoping they were going to go Seattle Emeralds.
Yeah.
Because they're the Emerald City is what they call it. That's the direction I was hoping they were going to go in. And it's one of those, and we talked about Pittsburgh before, where they have their colors for all their teams across sports is black and gold.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of, let's pretend we're in a pre-Kraken world. The Seahawks and the Mariners are the same way. They've got the blue and the greenish kind of whatever, and the silver deal going on, you know, at least post-Sonics, because you had the Sonics that were green and gold. So I'm like, okay, like scheme-wise, do they stay true to the Seahawks and the Mariners color scheme? Or do they maybe try to pay a little homage to the Sonics, because that team clearly held a special place
in everybody's hearts, really.
Exactly, let alone Seattle.
Yeah.
And they didn't really go either. They kind of did a little bit with one of the colors, but we got a brand new color in the red. So they've got the navy blue going on, which is the predominant color of their home sweater. And then you've got like the light kind of, I don't know what you'd call that shade of blue. It's not a baby blue. It's more like, I don't know, ice blue, would you call it?
I think, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's, I'd call it, ice is probably a good descriptor.
So I'd go ice blue, and then you've got like another shade of blue as well. So you've got 3 shades of blue going on in the sweater.
Which on paper, I'm out on paper.
Yes. If you just say, hey, 3 shades of blue, you in? And don't see anything, no, hell out of here with that.
I don't need that.
Right, but you see it, and on the sweaters, it looks cool because you've got the navy blue sweater, and you've got the 2 lighter blues striped up on the side of the sleeve.
Which is where the win is.
Yes, dude, exactly. And I'm a fan of the alternate logo on the shoulders. That anchor Space Needle, nice homage to Seattle. That thing, freaking cool. I kind of would have rather that have been the main logo, but I don't hate the Seagram's S either.
I don't either.
It's not awful.
I want to.
Right. It's not so bad. When I first saw it, I thought, expansion team. Or not expansion, create a team.
Yeah.
Like EA Sports type shit. And then it's one of those, you know, again, you go and you look back at it, you know, your next smoke break at work. Like, let me pull that shit up again. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. The red little eyeball thing is a cool touch, and that brings in the red stripe now on the sleeves underneath the blues and on the tail stripe. It ties in together well, man.
This color scheme is a win.
I dig it, dude.
Again, like on paper, you tell me you're going to give me 3 different blues, a red, and some white in there.
Right.
What?
Right.
Nah, dude, I'm out. Just leave it.
Right.
And we're going to
Save
call them
the
the
sales
Seattle.
pitch.
We're going to call them the Seattle Kraken. Oh, come on, no, dude, no, get that out of here. But then this comes out, and like I fell in love immediately. I looked at it and I'm like, I mean, again, I can find faults.
Of course.
The Seagram's S is what it is, but like you said, I think the Seagram's S is also important because it brings in that red.
Yep.
Those stripes are so much win,
Dude. Uh-huh.
Again, it's two different colors of blue. It shouldn't be win.
Right.
But in practice, oh my God, it looks so good. It looks so freaking good. It looks hockey.
Right.
Which was one thing I was worried about. It's Seattle. They're called the Kraken. So you've already got technically 2 strikes here.
Right. How are we going to make this work?
If you don't come out with good gear, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
I mean, not that they need me, but
you want to win people over with an identity, though.
Right. Like, even if they're not going to be my team, just like we talked about last week with the Hawks, like, you want me to cheer for them still.
Yes.
You want me to, like, root for them, like when the Golden Knights come out. If they come out with trash gear, are you, like, going, nah, man, like, forget it? Because, again, Vegas, Golden Knights, if they have trash gear, that's 3 strikes. Get the hell out.
Exactly.
I think I wouldn't call these necessarily a home run, but this is a solid triple. This is a standing triple.
Agreed. And I am going to... This has been 2 out of 3 weeks for me now. Give me the whites over the team colors. I love... Dude, and that's where I would... Like, the stripes on the sleeve look even better on the whites. They look fucking perfect.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I wish, just looking at this now and again, this is us being divas, give me that collar around the neck. Give me a color.
Yeah.
Give me an ice
Any
blue.
of them. Yeah.
I think the ice blue would look nice because that's what you have at the bottom of the tail stripe. Then you have the thick... You've got the tail stripe is lined as bottom ice blue. Then you've got like the navy blue that's got the red in the middle from the Kraken eyeball. I think if you give the neckline, the neck collar, that ice blue, it's the equivalent of what we talked about last week with the Atlanta Hawks white gear. Now, if you give that band around the shorts on the white Hawks gear, if you make that band red, completes it. I think if you make that collar ice blue, top to bottom, fucking top notch. And again, it's still, I'm being picky there because those immediately personally, when I look at those whites, my eyes immediately go to those stripes. Immediately. And we talk about fonts as well. I like the font that the name and the numbers are going to be on these sweaters as well. I do. It's different. I'm not a Rolodex of font, but I don't recognize that. I like the boldness. You can see the last name. And for non-hockey fans, that's going to be important as you get to know the guys on the expansion roster because most people, unless you're dialed in, aren't going to know who's getting fucking exposed by all these rosters.
You're getting like 5th and 6th line wingers.
Right. So it's like...
Guys not even on lines.
Yeah, who the hell are these guys? Now you're going to know because you can see the numbers. That navy blue number with that ice blue outline, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
You know what else is a nice touch? I didn't even notice this until we looked at this larger version. This part of the sleeve.
Same.
Like they didn't go white here.
Yep.
I like it.
Same, dude.
I like it a lot. I think that is what gives me the whites over the blues here.
Agreed.
Is that because it looks great when they go back to the blue on, I don't know if hockey's
home now, team color, yeah.
Okay, so the ways they went team color here.
Yep.
And it looks good. This is up there in expansion gear.
Oh, dude, it
especially in hockey.
Yeah, and it's weird because the name Golden Knights, it took a while for me to come around on, but I did not, when I saw the gear, I was like, okay. Okay. I wasn't a huge fan of the Vegas logo at first. I still don't love it. It still looks
it's Madden.
I was going to say, right. It's logo 19 when you go to put a team together on a video game. You know what I mean? And yes, the Kraken thing is kind of it. Once you see, and that was credit, I don't know, some idiot in the comment section, that posted like, oh, it's the Seagram's S.
You can't unsee it.
And I went and I Googled Seagram's logo because I'm like, okay, I'm a drinker. I know I've seen this S before, and I went and Googled it. And as soon as I saw it, I went, ha! Now I'm never not going to see it again. God damn it. But it's still even like the Seagram's S. Dude, when they fill out I've already got a Kraken shirt. Matter of fact, I wore it to work today.
Oh, nice.
And, I'm a Flyers fan, man. I'm not jumping ship. I can't. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I own a couple other hockey teams' sweaters, and when they get the roster, I'll find a guy to get a Kraken sweater. 100%, dude.
Nice.
I like them.
I
like
good in
them.
hockey sweaters. I can do hockey sweater.
Dude, they're the best. They are the best to wear. I think, and that I'm sure we'll do an episode. I think hockey has far and away the best gear. That's just one guy's opinion, though. And I think this is honestly, I think it's upper echelon. And then you have these concept guys.
Concept guy is awesome.
The board guy online who wants to create, jerseys of what a team would look like. And this Kraken jersey concept is pretty dope.
And it's really close to what they ended up going with.
It is. I don't like the middle one. I don't like those like aggressive sleeves on the sides of it.
Yeah. Shoulder thing, not a fan of.
Yeah. I think they made the right choice ultimately, but I
wouldn't mind this.
Those aren't bad. That little 90s tail stripe at the bottom, at the bottom though.
Very 90s. Then you've got the Space Needle. The Space Needle logo up front. I thought it was going to look awful large, but nah, man, I'm wrong. That looks good.
It does. Well, and this concept kind of has you have that Space Needle with the Seagram's S kind of, and they look both like that dark blue color juxtaposed up against the ice blue. It does look good, man.
This isn't really their alternates, is it?
No,
they don't have alternates yet.
No, that's board guy on the internet.
Okay, good.
All those concepts. And that's alternate, dude, has to be fucking better be that ice blue.
Yeah.
I want that ice blue alternate.
Oh man, can you imagine? Oh, dude.
That could be, if they do it right, it's like we've talked about a lot before, shit that should not work. If you do it right, you can nail the ice blue alternate. That color, I'm just one dude with two eyes. I don't know where everybody's goes, but that's where I go, the road sweaters. Man, immediately I go to those sleeves, those blues and those two blue stripes, and just go, holy shit, that is sick.
Mm-hmm. So just real briefly before we head out. So like at one point before this show existed, we were looking at a lot of these like, oh, what could it be?
Yep.
When Corey and I say that we do this all the time, it's been months.
Yes.
Almost immediately when you started doing Grease Pole.
Yep, since April, man.
We started doing this.
At least once a week, we're chopping it up about gear.
Some sort of gear.
Right.
And one week we were talking, this was before they announced the Kraken exists.
Yep.
And so here we have the Steelheads. I never liked that. I'm trying.
Yeah.
There was one, so they used to be the Seattle Totems. Well, yes. I can't say this franchise didn't. Seattle used to have
WHL,
the Totems.
Right.
I was kind of hoping for that because I found some mock-ups of the Totems gear.
It looked pretty cool.
And I was hoping that it would... it was something similar to this.
And the logo you can do a lot with the Totems. You can kind of work in like a tribal deal too.
The Grays?
The Seattle Grays can get out of here. That's kind of bizarre. The Seattle Metropolitans was another one. Because,
I liked that. That's a nod.
Yeah, it is. And they had that was an old NHL team, I believe, years back in like 1917. Seattle Sawbucks. Here was another concept. Now this color scheme, and these are all concepts I'm sure you can find online. The Seattle Sawbucks. I don't dislike that color scheme. It's kind of similar to the Milwaukee Bucks, but it it's of the area. I don't dislike it. The name I think should be workshopped though.
Yeah,
Sawbucks, like it. And I'm a cold brew guy, man. But your team and I get Starbucks is in Seattle, but you can't do that.
I just wanted to see a workshop of the Metropolitans. Here's the Evergreens at one point, and it's like literally a tree. I don't hate the name. I hate whatever concept they've come up with here.
Yeah, the logo is super AHL.
All right,
the Seattle SUCKAS. That was another
I like this.
There's the totems concept. Yeah,
I love these whites for sure.
The whites 100% better than the greens on this Seattle totems concept we're looking at. You know, and it would have been a cool nod because it was a team that existed before. Same with the Metropolitans, like you said, tip of the cap. I was kind of the leader in my clubhouse was the Emeralds, but man, I am so on board with all of this.
Yeah,
and I typically am not a fan of team names that do not end in the letter S. I feel like it just sounds.
We're gonna have a lot of that coming up.
We are, right? And that's, dude. It sounds WNBA as fuck. Mm-hmm. And I don't, no disrespect to the women out there. We love you as well. But something about it is kind of weird.
It's a late 90s thing because the WNBA and all like the founding MLS teams were all just.
Yep.
It's the same reason I don't like the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yep. You had the Tampa Bay Lightning come in the early 90s, 94, I believe it was. And the Minnesota Wild. You know, I'm not.
The only one that to me is acceptable is the Miami Heat.
Yes.
That works.
It fits like a glove. You know?
Everything else is like, okay.
Right. It makes you go, really? I'm leaving something off here. Oh, wait. But this one, it grew on me, man. And I didn't hate it initially. I really didn't. But the more and more I saw it, I was like, fucking in, dude. So
here's what I'm going to say. Gear, home run.
Yep.
Absolute home run. This is a walk-off. They did.
Yes.
That's outstanding. Name, I don't hate it, but So I guess if we're going on our scale, and so this is a batch recording, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like we've gone weeks in between.
We still haven't done it.
This is not quite LA Chargers level, but I'm going to give them a solid 3.5.
Okay. And now that's the home colored, right? The homes.
Oh,
the
shit.
Team color.
Yeah, let me separate these because I think the home.
You gotta grade the whites too.
Yeah, the whites. I'm going to go slightly higher. I'm going to go 4.2.
Okay. You know what, man? I don't like that I'm starting to trend toward the white the white gear. I don't. Damn the whites, but I am okay. Let me go team color. I'll go team color because I love the team colors as well. It's just clean. I'll go team color. Give me. I'll go 3.7, 3.8 on the home navy blues. Those whites, though, I would go right around. I'll second yours at a 4.2.
Seems about right.
I'm not going to go dead on 5 because it does not have that ice blue collar. If it had that ice blue collar, this shit would be looking at about a 4.8 to me.
Mm-hmm.
I would love it. I think you gotta head to toe. You gotta complete it. You can't. Every little detail works. You have nailed fucking everything. This entire deal. You just need that color around the collar, to me.
No, what's funny is here's another concept where somebody actually did that.
Yep.
With the collars, but the team didn't.
Yeah, come on, Kraken. Damn, people on the internet are acting better than you.
Well,
get it together. Jesus.
Corey.
They're also exposing you with the Seagram's S in comment sections, but you know.
That's right.
Is there a shittier time to reveal a franchise to be an expansion team than right now? It can't be.
There really can't.
And it's weird because we're doing better now than we were with like the Florida Marlins and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Oof. You know, we were doing way worse 20 years ago, but since we didn't have like the world at our fingertips to shit on and be a troll. Like, how would those have gotten over now?
God.
And people are still shitting on like the Vegas deal and these now. Like, man, we're doing okay now.
Dude,
we're doing all right.
Eventually, we will get to talk about those expansion Marlins, expansion Devil Rays gear because, dear Lord,
they are novels in their own.
But you're right, man. Like as far as expansion gear goes, off the top of my head, I can't think of better expansion gear. I'm sure there's some that exist.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't immediately come to me, how good was it?
Exactly. You got to dig your brain for it. Although I will say Creamsicle Bucks.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm the asshole that had them at the top of my list.
Oh, boy. How do you guys feel about the Kraken gear? Tell us how you feel about the Kraken name.
Let us know.
We want to know all that. And wherever you're listening, por favor, hit the subscribe, hit the follow, whatever you're listening to us on. And if you just stumbled on us, find us in those places.
Yes.
We're on all podcast platforms. Man, I know this ain't a great sell, but you're listening already.
Right.
Just hit a button so you can listen next week.
Yeah, subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend, tell them to tell a friend. Let them know, spread the word, come talk gear with us. Where else can you talk, 21, 22 minutes about a team that hadn't even fucking played yet? They don't even have players. They don't even have players, man. And we just talk 20 minutes about these motherfuckers. But that's what we do.
Yeah. When we say we want to talk gear with you,
we mean it.
We absolutely mean it. And that also includes social media platforms. We're on the Twitter at GearFreaksPod. We're on the Instagram at GearFreaksPod, just to make it uniform.
Yes.
See what we did there?
Hey, now.
So, well, we did it. We did it, Corey. We talked about the Kraken for 20 minutes.
We did. And I could not be more excited. Let's Barry Horowitz and pat ourselves on the back.
There we go. A little bit of that. So we'll talk to you guys next week. Suckers!